Yo, Big Kish back up in here. We about to go over the whole lawsuit that Drake has filed against UMG. Well, we ain't gonna go over the whole thing in this video, but we gonna go over some of it. Shout out to KB Goes Live for reading the whole 81-page lawsuit. And we just gonna react to it because I haven't I don't know, I didn't see everything that he put in there. We're just gonna see what's in there. We're gonna be nosy. You already know we nosy over here. We nosy. We like to see what's going on. We wanna, you know what I mean? We wanna see what's going on. So y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
All right, so everybody is talking about this lawsuit that Drake has filed in federal court against UMG. This comes after he withdrew his petition to file a lawsuit, and apparently that was to make way for this new lawsuit that he has just filed. Now, I got a copy of this lawsuit, and it is 81 pages long, and there is a lot of information in here that Drake is using to try to get some kind of retribution for losing the battle against Kendrick Lamar. So I thought we would take a look at this lawsuit and see everything that Drake is talking about. So I've got it here. You can see it says Aubrey Drake Graham is the plaintiff, the person filing.
Y'all see it? Aubrey Drake Graham, plaintiff, UMG recordings. Oh yeah, this is it, y'all. This is it. This is it.
The lawsuit, and he's filing it against UMG, who is the defendant. It says complaint plaintiff Aubrey Drake Graham through his attorneys brings this complaint against defendant UMG Recordings. Introduction: a single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. Sir Lucian Grange, the chief executive officer of UMG. What a way to open up this lawsuit right here, bro. Literally quoted the chief executive officer or the CEO of UMG. Oh man.
Oh, so they quoting what he said. A single lie can destroy a reputation. Man, look, bro, a lot of that stuff about Drake, when you do enough research, some of that stuff, man, that should be lined. I'm gonna just say this. It lines up too well. How about that? That's fair. It lines up too well. You got paperwork on he paying women off to hide the baby in a closet and all that stuff. The stuff is lining up too well.
Man, this is going to be juicy. It says, in the middle of the night on May 7, 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family resided. Drake was inside. The car stopped in front of the residence. Someone yelled, "Off Drake," and at least one gunman began to open fire. One bullet went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another bullet struck and wounded a security guard, who was also one of Drake's friends. While the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. Wow, bro is really starting this lawsuit out by basically throwing this shooting incident on UMG or Kendrick Lamar or
he summoned help. Help, please arrive. I thought you was a shooter, Drake. In your videos, you'd be like, all I care about is money and the city that I'm from. And what happened? What you doing summoning help?
Tying it to it, bro. Wow. It says during the nearly 30 minutes it took for the ambulance to arrive, Drake and others labored to keep the man.
I try to scroll down like I got the paperwork, nigga. No, be calm, nigga. You not reading this. Calm down.
Alive by applying pressure to the gunshot wound with towels. Blood was everywhere. After the security guard arrived at the hospital, surgeons worked quickly to remove the bullet, stop the bleeding, and save his life. Though it took days for his condition to stabilize, thankfully, the security guard survived. The very next day, May 8, 2024, a different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence surrounding Drake's Toronto house. He managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through and enter Drake's property. Fortunately, Drake's Drake's home security guards caught him before he was able to cause physical harm, although the trespasser managed to yell racist slurs and threats against Drake before being escorted off the property. On May 9, 2024, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. In the 2 decades leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was constantly in the public eye, nothing remotely like these events had ever happened to him or his family. But these events were not coincidental. They immediately followed and were proximately caused by UMG's actions leading up to May 4th, 2024. Yeah, so Drake is basically pinning those on UMG. Let's see where he goes with it. It says UMG is the world's largest music company and also the music company that has represented Drake for more than a decade. Yet on May 4, 2024, UMG approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track that falsely accuses Drake of being a PDF file and calls for violent retribution against him. And May 4th, 2024 is the day that Kendrick Lamar dropped Not Like Us, for those of you who might have been wondering what that date was in reference to. It says, even though UMG enriched itself and its shareholders by exploiting Drake's music for years and knew that the salacious allegations against Drake were false, UMG chose corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artist. UMG saw an opportunity and seized it and continued to fan the flames even after learning of the incitement of violence on May 7th and 8th, along with the unrelenting vitriol towards Drake that has followed. The song in question is Not Like Us, written and performed by Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. Oh, so he does name drop Kendrick in this lawsuit. The recording was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegations that Drake is a criminal PDF file and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilante justice in response. The recording is defamatory because its lyrics, its album image, and its music video all advance the false and malicious narrative that Drake is a PDF file. The lyrics repeatedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including by calling him a certified PDF and predator who needs to be placed on neighborhood watch. The image was designed to reinforce, and in fact reinforces, that accusation by depicting Drake's actual Toronto house covered in the icons that are known to be used by law enforcement to identify child S offenders. The video bolsters the same message by, for example, showing images associated with S trafficking and juxtaposing the game of hopscotch with lyrics accusing Drake of trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. The lawsuit is
Yo, try to strike a chord and it's probably look, a game of hopscotch with lyrics accusing Drake of trying to strike a chord is probably Hey, that's the beautiful part of music and metaphors. Because all Kendrick got to do is say, hey, A minor is a chord or whatever. A chord. It's a musical instrument string thing, majiggy.
It's not about the artist who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize the allegation.
It is about the artist. It is. It is, bro. Because it's his song.
That it understood were not only false but dangerous. Bro, you can't name drop Kendrick Lamar in a lawsuit, name his lyrics and his music, and then say it's not about the artist who made that song, bro. Come on. Anyways, it says, as UMG knows and has known at all relevant times, the recording, image, and videos allegations are unequivocally false. Drake is not a PDF. Drake has never engaged in any acts that were required he be placed on neighborhood watch. I don't know, bro. There's some videos out there you kissing people on stage that are pretty suspicious. But anyways, it says Drake has never engaged in an sexual relation with a minor. Drake has never been charged with or convicted of any criminal acts whatsoever, notwithstanding its knowledge that the allegations were fabricated. Starting in May of 2024, UMG waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording, image, and video, altogether known as the defamatory material, as widely as possible. UMG did so because it understood that the recording's inflammatory defamatory and shocking allegations were a gold mine. Spreading the defamatory material served multiple business purposes for UMG. First, the more people who listened to, streamed, watched, and downloaded the defamatory material, the more money UMG and its executives would make. Second, UMG's Interscope Records owns Lamar's entire back catalog of recorded music. The leadership of Interscope had every incentive to prove it could maximize Lamar's sales after only recently persuading him to enter into his own direct license for a limited recording commitment of new music. Third, UMG's contract with Drake was nearing fulfillment, and on information and belief, UMG anticipated that extending Drake's contract would be costly. By devaluing Drake's music and brand, UMG would gain leverage to
and that's what Will Evans was talking about. He was the first one talking about this right here. That's what Will Evans was talking about.
Drake to sign a new deal on terms more favorable to UMG. And we covered this in my last couple videos. Drake's last deal with them in 2022, so less than 3 years ago, was for $400 million. He is nearing the end of that, and right here in this lawsuit, they're claiming that UMG basically heavily promoted and allowed Kendrick Lamar to say these things about Drake because they knew if they hurt Drake's reputation, they wouldn't have to give him as much money this time around when they renegotiated with him. It says UMG's campaign was successful. The recording cloaks cleverly dangerous lyrics behind a catchy beat.
Yo, cloaks. Oh my gosh, look, he said, like I'm young.
And an inviting hook. Capitalizing on those attributes, UMG used every tool at its disposal to ensure that the world would hear that Drake like 'em young. Yo, that's crazy to put in here. It says the defamatory material has been played billions of times, and its false central message has gone viral via social and legacy media channels in dozens of languages. At minimum, hundreds of millions of people spanning the globe. It is not just fans of rap music who now believe that Drake is a certified PDF. The recording has become ubiquitous. Yo, Drake is low key praising how good the song performed. It became ubiquitous. UMG used its promotional resources.
And Drake was on Aiden Stream quoting lyrics from Not Like Us. No, from Euphoria. So, bro, I mean, it's just so much stuff out there. It's like, this is, I don't think this gonna work, Drake.
And exclusive licensing rights to place the recording on numerous nationally televised events, including but not limited to award show, national political events, and more. But billions of plays and ubiquity was not enough for UMG. Over the course of the last several months, UMG has made significant financial investments and leveraged its professional connections via sophisticated and highly organized public campaigns to arrange for the recording to be performed at one of the most significant cultural events of the year, the Super Bowl. UMG is legally responsible for the release, publication, and promotion of the defamatory material, including the foreseeable consequences of the same. UMG's business is to possess exclusive rights to reproduce, distribute, and license music, including over the internet. In other words, it's only with UMG's explicit approval that the defamatory material could have been released in the first instance and later streamed, shared, publicly performed, and exploited by content creators on TikTok and Instagram. Exploited? I don't know if that's what creators are doing when they're using the music to make content, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Bro, everybody on TikTok, RIP TikTok. I heard they're about to pass away. But that's what everybody do. When it's a popular hit, everybody dance to it, get their numbers up, and then it die out for after a month or something like that. Then another popular hit come out. Like that, but Not Like Us that joint ain't dying out. That shit, TV off ain't dying. That joint, them joints is not dying out no time soon, boy.
Sure, Drake was loving that when they was doing it with his records. Anyways, it says UMG's campaigns went well beyond the traditional music company playbook. Indeed, UMG has unleashed every weapon in its arsenal, including, on information and belief, certain practices that are unlawful. In a memorandum to staff reflecting the highlights of 2021, Sir Lucian Grange, which is the CEO of UMG, remarked that it was harder than ever for artists to break through the noise. As for example, 60,000 songs are added to Spotify every day. UMG made sure that that Not Like Us broke through that noise. For one, UMG took the unprecedented step, contrary to its internal practices, to remove the recording's copyright restrictions on YouTube and Twitch, thereby whitelisting the recording to ensure content creators would republish it broadly. Also, Drake is mad because they allowed the reaction channels on YouTube to react to it and get paid from it. Sheesh, Drake, this ain't looking good. He says, on information and belief, UMG and his agents further put a thumb.
But we already reacted to a video. I don't know which one gonna drop first, but the video of Screwface showing that UMG allow him to get paid for reacting to Drake stuff. Other content creators got paid for reacting to Drake stuff. That's not an argument.
On the scale by covertly offering financial incentives to third parties to deceptively stream the recording on streaming platforms, to play the recording on the radio, and to otherwise promote and endorse defamatory material, all without ever publicly disclosing the payments. These actions not only spread and further ingrain the defamatory statements in the mind of the public, but deceived consumers and harmed Drake economically. So Kendrick Lamar making his song available for anybody to stream harmed Drake economically. How does Kendrick Lamar making a business decision for his song have anything to do with Drake's economics? That's a weak point right there, Drake. It says, predictably, millions of people who listened to the recording or saw the image and video believe the defamatory material to be true. UMG had previously published Lamar's song Euphoria, which was also widely understood to be targeted at Drake, and which stated, "Don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell no truth about you." As voluminous public commentary confirms, the average listener.
Bro, that is so true. Don't tell no lie on me. Because really, the stuff that Dot been saying about Drake, it lines up. It lines up like perfect. But the stuff Drake been saying about Dot is like, yo, we fact checked this, bro. It ain't coming back right. But your stuff, paying off women, children all over the place, Dennis mustache covering his face. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Let's get it.
Reviewer has understood the defamatory material to reflect the truth rather than art or hyperbole. In the words of one commentator, now everybody believes that Drake loves touching children. Yo, what? Oh, it says UMG's greed yielded real world consequences as described above. It was just 3 days after
we seen you on stage. We seen you on stage, what you did on stage. I ain't even got to say it. We seen you.
UMG originally published a recording and image that Drake was targeted at his Toronto house by armed intruders in the 2024 equivalent of PIZZAGATE. Did bro really relate his situation to that situation? I'm at a loss for words right now. It says the online response was similarly violent and hateful. An avalanche of online hate speeches branded Drake as an S-offender in a PDF file, among other things. Public commentary has repeated the false claims that Drake is a PDF and an sexual abuser on the level of Weinstein, Diddy, and Epstein, who trafficked children in shipping containers and harbors convicted ex-offenders in his Toronto home. In direct response to UMG's publications, social media users called for the FBI to come at this point and for Drake to be locked up and behind bars. The mob-like response to the recording continues to unfold.
Pizzagate, if y'all don't know, Pizzagate is a conspiracy theory that went viral during the 2016 United States presidential election cycle, falsely claiming that the New York City Police Department had discovered a PDF file ring linked to member. I didn't know what Pizzagate was. So yeah, for y'all in the same wagon with me, that's what it is.
Fold on and offline. Recently, flyers were plastered all over Toronto with a photo of Drake and a Canadian YouTuber who was sentenced to 3 years in prison for sexual assault with the words, Canadian predators gotta stick together. Yo, that's crazy. I never seen this.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's wild. Meet your neighbor, Mr. Jackson. Wow, y'all.
this poster before. Dang, I know Drake was mad. It says, with the palpable physical threat to Drake's safety and the bombardment of online harassment, Drake fears for the safety and security of himself, his family, and his friends. After the attacks on his home, Drake pulled his son out of the elementary school that he was attending in Toronto due to safety concerns. And once school ended for the summer, Drake...
Hold on, why he not being homeschooled? Let me mind my business, man.
Arranged for his son and mother to leave Toronto entirely. Day by day, Drake continues to take steps to address persistent threats to his security. The violence and vitriol directed at Drake was foreseeable. The recording falsely accuses Drake of one of the most vile behaviors imaginable and explicitly calls for retaliatory violence and retribution against him. The false PDF accusations is a devastatingly effective method of assassinating someone's online character. When spread virally, the accusation can destroy an individual's reputation and brand in a matter of days. As one expert on conspiracy theories has explained, there has always been a certain amount of salaciousness in these conspiracy theories, and if it involves children, people immediately just lose their mind, even if these children don't exist. If you just put the suggestion out there, it grabs a hold in a way that is difficult to dislodge. I don't know who the expert is that said that. They just said as one expert said, but I mean, there is some facts in that statement. If somebody is accused of this, people do tend to, grab a hold of it and run with it. Either way, it goes on to say UMG understands just how dangerous these kinds of false allegations are. Indeed, when it comes to allegations against UMG and its executives, they have not hesitated to take legal action against their accusers. Uh-oh. Drake is heating up. He's finna attack the UMG executives who got some weird cases while they're around. It says just last year, UMG and Sir Lucian Grange were accused, in their words, without the slightest factual basis of aiding and abetting Sean P. Diddy Combs in criminal sexual acts. Moving to dismiss the complaint against them, UMG and Sir Grange argued that the accusations were offensively false allegations of criminal behavior that would be libelous per se if not contained within a legal filing. Sir Grange called the allegations against him knowingly and maliciously false and defamatory. Sir Grange also explained that a single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. This is the quote that we seen at the beginning of this thing. And why do I feel like Drake filed this lawsuit knowing that people like me would read it online and it would bring attention to those people's cases as well? I think Drake thinks that he's playing chess. It says, thus recognizing the false allegations against him might interfere with his efforts.
Nah, Drake playing Connect 4. Drake definitely playing Connect 4, man.
To lead an honorable personal and professional life, Sir Grange promised to pursue those who have made these outrageous allegations against him. In stark contrast, when Drake confronted UMG about its role in promoting allegations of sexual misconduct lacking the slightest factual basis against him, UMG refused to do anything to help. Instead, UMG continued to republish and promote the defamatory material, even after Drake had unequivocally denied the allegations in public and had communicated that in private to UMG. Drake informed UMG of the tangible harm that the publication and promotion of the recording had caused him, including violence, threats, reputational and financial damage, and more. Yet UMG still chose money over the safety and well-being of its artists, notwithstanding its public commitment to behaving honorably and with honesty and setting the right tone in all that we do. Drake trying to use their own words against them all through this filing right here, many months prior.
Yeah, right there. We go. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want to continue this joint. This joint an hour and 4 minutes long. Y'all already know. Y'all already know I gotta get to work, so I got like 3 more videos to pump out. But y'all let me know if y'all want to continue this. This would be a part 1, and then we could break it down like that. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this. Remember, we ain't even get to the streamers part yet. There's some more stuff up in here. It ain't even finished. But I'm gonna leave a link in the description as well. Y'all make sure y'all go show KB Goes Live some love, because he read this whole thing. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.